Let's give this one another go. Welcome to Debs Cooper, global stressologist here. We'll see how this one goes. New Year resolution fatigue. Internet problems. So let's see if this works. If it doesn't work, I'll figure out another way to do it. So thanks for joining me, Debs Cooper. Debs Cooper, global stressologist, here to talk about New Year resolution fatigue. So, when I talk about fatigue and New Year's resolution, it's when you actually feel bleh and you're down and you're frustrated and nothing seems to be going right. You can feel that gritted teeth and your knuckles are getting white and you're just really incredibly frustrated. That's what I'm talking about, New Year resolution fatigue. And you are sick of everyone. And when I say sick of everyone, you're sick of everyone around and you're sick of yourself. And this is what it boils down to when you're frustrated and things are not in alignment with you. You also become annoyed with setting goals, and we know it's hard. And it's just getting harder and harder and harder if you don't do the tasks that I'm going to show you that can pull you out of that rut. So for a start, I want to acknowledge that you are normal. And when I say you are normal, I mean you're normal. That New Year resolution fatigue, people do this. Everyone does it sometime in their life. Sometime in their life they've just gone, oh, I'm done with this. I'm done with the same story. I'm done with it. So acknowledge you are normal. I don't like being normal, just for the record. So just put that into the category. You are normal. Done. Then what I'd love you to do is be gentle on yourself and others. So be gentle on yourself and others, because this is a tender time while you're going through whatever you're going through. Once you've done that, I want you to know that the key to beating your New Year resolution fatigue is to set realistic things. And when I talk about set realistic things, I'm talking about ensure that the time frames you have set for you are realistic. The time frames you have set for you are realistic. You also align them to your priorities. And when I talk about your priorities, what's important to you, for me, it will be my priorities, not what's important to other people. So even though other people may say, I want you to do this, I want you to sell your house, I want you to save more money, I want you to do more exercise, I want you to build that program you've been talking about for the last year, whatever it is, it has to be you that is the driver behind this. If it's not you, it's going to be incredibly hard to move, to push along, to edge out, to even get just a little percentage. And I call it like a wet noodle. And this is a wet noodle, and it's really hard to push a wet noodle. Have you tried to push a wet noodle? It's damn hard. So if you are trying to get someone to do something and they're that wet noodle, you know what I'm talking about, but also yourself. If you're that wet noodle and you've got someone pushing you, or you even trying to push yourself, it is a challenge. It is a challenge. So once you've figured out the time frames and to align them to your priorities and not others' priorities, then you can move forward. So I'm going to give you an example of a task or a New Year's resolution that most people will be in about now or another week starting to hit fatigue. And as I drink my witch's brew, thank you, Sharon, lose weight. And this is just seems to be the one that comes just before summer, just before Christmas, just before weddings, before special occasions, anything. Lose weight is so popular on the internet right now. So you have to find out, what does it look like? What does it look like? Losing weight, what does it look like? It's quite a simple question, but if you don't know what it looks like, how will you know? So you have to break down the weight. Is it you want to lose weight? So is that kgs, stone, pound, inches, whatever it is? So how much do you want to lose? Remember, you've got to get clear on this. How much do you want to lose? Do you want to tone? Is it toning your body? Is it toning everything in your whatever in your body? Is that what you want to do instead of losing weight? Because what you want to do and what other people want to do could be very different. So this is why it's really important for you. So is it clothes? Is it make sure that your clothes are a little bit looser or flexible or bend with you instead of being really tight that you can breathe, not breathe in them? Is it your breathing? For me, it's about being able to run up some stairs and talk at the top of the stairs without sounding like I'm have problems with my breathing. Is that what it is? So whatever it is for you, you've got to figure it out for you, what's best for you. And you've got to get really clear. You've got to get really clear, really specific on what it is. Once you've got that written down, whether you write it down or however you want to do it, whatever it is for you, you then break them into when is this task, when is this New Year's resolution, when is this going to happen? Like what, realistically, when is it you're going to do this? Are you going to lose 10 stone in 10 weeks? Are you going to lose 10 stone in 6 months? Are you going to lose what? What is it? Get clear. And remember, this is you, not somebody else. This is you, not the other person. Then you're going to ask, how am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? And start writing these things down. Once you get them out of your head and onto paper, you'll feel more inspired about what it is you want to do. And you get clearer and you don't miss the glitches that can happen. So after you've figured out how, you're going to ask who are you going to get on board to help you? Whether you get a mentor, whether you get a coach, whether you get a friend who's done it before, whether you get your family on board, whether you get a colleague, work colleague, who is it you need to get on board to help you with this New Year resolution? Having friends is a great one if you're going to lose weight. I find that was always a great one, a great motivator to have a little bit of competition. But if one person propels forward and the other person's not doing so well, it can cause a little bit of angst. So be aware of that. So who do you need to get on board? Do you need that coach? Do you know someone who's been through this before? What is it? Is it about selling the house? Do you need the right real estate agent? Not just somebody who you've just met. What sits right for you? You have to get the best person for, I don't hear you saying it, you. Yes, the best person for you. Okay, once you've done that, then you're going to align it to your purpose, your priorities, whatever it is. So when I talked about this earlier on, I talked about your time frames, etc. There's a question that you can ask, and this will help you move you forward. So how doing I'll help you for in a minute. How doing will serve So your first is how doing whatever task it is. If it's losing 5 stone, how doing toning my body, how doing breathing exercises, how doing whatever it is, will serve And when I talk about the this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, is it family? What's important to you? This one here is what's important to you. Is it family? Is it money? Is it health? Is it friends? Is it for your own mental mindset? What is this here? So if I was to say lose weight, let's say lose weight. So you're going to say how doing losing weight will serve, say family, my family. I'm going to put my hands down now. It looks a bit I think there's a song, Agadoo, do. You know that one. If you don't know that one, you've got to Google it. Agadoo. Anyway, away from that now. So, how doing losing weight, how doing exercise, how doing whatever it is will serve. And if you're saying family, so for example, you might say, how losing weight will benefit my family. So, for example, you can say, I'll have more energy to do things with my family. I'll be able to get up earlier in the morning, and that energy will be able to do things that I find important before my children get up, or my family get up, or my partner gets up, or whatever it is. I will lead by example. So you're going to write these benefits or these values down. You're going to write these down to how they're serving you. And this is going to help you prompt you along. Now, if you can write 10 down, you're going to go, wow, this is actually something that I can see myself doing and flow on easily. If you write 20 down, you're going to have more of a drive and more of an oomph along there. If you write 30, it's that way, isn't it, for you, that way. If you write 30, you're going to have a bigger drive. If you write 40, if you write 50, it doesn't make a difference how many you write. It's up to you. Don't compare yourself to others. But the more you write, the more you're going to get a drive to get it done. And it's going to be more realistic that you're not going to have fatigue, and you're going to get way more inspired about having this New Year resolution, whatever it is. Now, clearly you're not going to put down lose weight if that's not going to be your thing. So it's entirely up to you what you put down. This is part of your New Year resolution. Do one at a time. One at a time. Don't need to say that again. Do one at a time. Otherwise, you're going to go cray-cray. So, also know that nothing is in concrete. Nothing is in concrete. So, if you say you're going to lose weight by a certain time, and that time frame gets moved out, or something happens, or you become sick, or you have to look after a family member, or you have to go back to work, or whatever it is, that's totally okay. That is totally okay with whatever it is. You have to do what's best for you at the time. Change the goals. Change the goalposts. I know when I found out I was pregnant 20 odd years ago, it was a bit of a shock for me. So I hadn't visualized having a child at that time in my life with what was going on in my world. So I had to move the time frames, the goalposts, whatever it is for you. I went, okay, I'm having a child now. It's not what's going to happen in 10 years' time. It's happening now. So what are the things that I need to do? What are they? And be prepared and be flexible to allow that time frame to change. Once you've done that, ask yourself, does this feel a little bit better about moving the goalposts, about doing that alignment exercise? If it doesn't, please connect with me. But I would suggest, I'm just going to suggest that you go back and do some more alignments, because it will feel better. And moving that goalpost will allow you to breathe a little bit. Because remember, this is your guidelines, not what other people are telling you to do. So this is important to you, whatever you are doing. And before I sign off, there's just a couple of things I'd like to say. And one of the things is, when you're supporting others for their New Year resolution, you can start to see the burnout, the fatigue, the frustration of what's going on. When you start to see that, it's wise to support them and not challenge them. But when you support them, you have to support them their way. And the difference between their way and your way can be worlds apart. You're better to ask them, what support do you require from me here? Coming from the heart, just ask them. Because they may just want you to listen. They may want you to put them in touch with someone. They might want you to make them a cup of tea. Whatever it is for you could be different to what they want. So you have to ask, be verbal, be gentle, speak from the heart, and ask them, what support do you require from me? Because that's the way that they are going to not go into fatigue, burnout, frustration. It's also going to give you an edge to have an awareness of what's going on around you. So be nice to yourself and others. Be nice. There's a lovely man who had a hashtag Be Nice many, many years ago. Don't know if it's still going out. In fact, I think he even got a tattoo. Now, if he's ever on here, he can tell me. Did you get that tattoo about that? Be nice. So be nice to yourself and others. Give yourself a break. Don't rush things. Set realistic time frames. You don't know what other people are going through. Don't judge them. Hold that space in your heart for them. Hold that space in your heart for yourself. Support them, but don't immobilize them. Don't take any of their dignity away during this time. Let them sit, feel, help them, ask them. This is also for you. Don't allow your space to be created by something that somebody said or done to you, because this can throw you right out of your daily tasks. So that's it. New Year's resolution fatigue. Let me know how you go. I would love to know where you are in the world on this call. There we go. Yay, thanks for coming, Donna. I finally got to see this. Yes, that's exactly it. Internet problems, we're loving that. It's causing me fatigue, things on my task list that I haven't done. So thank you for joining me, everybody. Enjoy your day. Appreciate your weekend. I will see you next week. Let me know if there's anything you'd love me to talk about. Monday, I have Mentor Monday. Mentor, not mentor. Mentor Monday, where there's going to be some exciting stuff on my social media. I look forward to that. So I will see you there on Monday, and I'll see you next Friday. Thank you for joining me. This is Debs Cooper, Global Stressologist, over and out. Thank you, people. Bye.